Responding to a person having hallucinations. When responding to a person experiencing hallucinations, be cautious. First, assess the situation and determine whether the hallucination is a problem for the person or for you. Is the hallucination upsetting? Is it leading the person to do something dangerous? Is the sight of an unfamiliar face causing the person to become frightened? If so, react calmly and quickly with reassuring words and a comforting touch. Do not argue with the person about what they see or hear. If the behavior is not dangerous, there may not be a need to intervene. Utilize aspects of validation therapy by doing the following. Offer reassurance. Respond in a calm, supportive manner. You may want to respond with, "Don't worry. I am here. I'll protect you. I'll take care of you." Gentle patting may turn the person's attention toward you and reduce the hallucination. Acknowledge the feelings behind the hallucination and try to find out what the hallucination means to the individual. You might want to say, "It sounds as if you're worried," or "This must be frightening for you." Use distractions. Suggest a walk or move to another room. Frightening hallucinations often subside in well-lit areas where other people are present. Try to turn the person's attention to music, conversation, or activities they enjoy. Respond honestly. If the person asks you about a hallucination or delusion, be honest. For example, if they ask, "Do you see the spider on the wall?" You can respond, "I know you see something, but I don't see it." This way, you are not denying what the person sees or hears and avoiding escalating their agitation. Modify the environment. Check for sounds that might be misinterpreted, such as noise from a television or an air conditioner. Look for lighting that casts shadows, reflections, or distortions on the surfaces of floors, walls, and furniture. Turn on lights to reduce shadows. Cover mirrors with a cloth or remove them if the person thinks they are looking at a stranger. Wandering is the simple act of a person walking around with no purpose due to confusion regarding their location or environment. It can occur in any stage of dementia. Wandering can be unsafe if the person should not be ambulating independently, or if they are attempting to leave home, or a facility resulting in them becoming lost without supervision. It is especially risky during cold winter months when there is the potential for hypothermia, because the person will not realize their need for warm clothing or to return indoors. Offering opportunities for exercise or other physical movement, like range of motion exercises, several times throughout the day can reduce the urgency for people to move about unsafely. If the person does not want to participate in physical movement, any engaging experiences such as sorting items, arts and crafts, baking, or folding clothes can help to keep residents safe. The Wander Guard can be worn on the wrist or ankle. Some facilities place the Wander Guard on a resident's walker or wheelchair. However, by choosing either of these locations, the Wander Guard is only effective when the resident is using that particular device. The Wander Guard allows the location of the person wearing it to be monitored via an app on a phone or other device, such as a tablet or laptop. Multiple Wander Guards can be activated and monitored at the same time on one device. The Wander Guard sounds an alarm when the wearer comes into close proximity with any exits, such as elevators, doors, and windows. It may also initiate locking of doors and disabling of elevator buttons to assist in keeping residents safe. See the image of a Wander Guard placed on a resident's wrist.